The best way to summarize this session is to have a look at your net worth and how every small decision that you take, whether with respect to your expenses, whether with respect to your savings, whether with respect to your investments, whether with respect to how you use the corpus for your goals, has an impact on your net worth and how this net worth number changes over a period of time. Net worth is basically equal to the sum of all your assets across the 5 asset classes minus the sum of all the liabilities that you have for any of the assets that you've taken. So if you look at the net worth of Krish and Ananya, they have their investments in debt in the form of fixed deposits, liquid mutual funds and debt mutual funds, and in the EPF that they contribute for their retirement, and they have their investments in equity in the form of equity mutual funds. So they have investments across 5 products and 2 asset classes. Apart from these investments, they do not have any loans as of today, resulting in a total net worth of 47.82 lakhs. What is important to understand here is that all your assets that you have can be segregated between investment assets and personal assets. Personal assets are those that you have but are not part of your investment portfolio and do not generate any income for you. An example of a personal asset would be your car. Another example would be the personal jewelry that you own. And a third example would be the home that you live in. These are typical examples of assets which, though they go ahead and add up to your net worth, but they are part of those assets that do not contribute or generate any income for you. It's only your investment assets that are generating an income, and it's only your investment assets that are being used to meet your future goals. So if you were to visually show you the net worth of the 2 states couple, they have a net worth of 47.82 lakhs split over the 5 products and across 2 asset classes. All the assets that they own today are a part of their investment portfolio and they do not have any personal assets as of today. Now, why it is important to have a look at your net worth is because tomorrow your future goals that you can plan for are directly linked to your net worth. A small net worth will result in you having to plan for smaller goals, whereas a large net worth will give you the freedom to plan for bigger goals. We have seen in the 2 states case that they did not have enough money to take care of their car goal, or they did not have enough money to allow Ananya to pursue her hobby of doing a certificate course in the field of art. So they had to drop out these 2 goals from their list of goals and shrink the number of goals that they can plan for. The reason your net worth is important is because the goals that you can plan for, the dreams that you can build, are directly linked to your net worth today. So you can see that while they have a net worth of 47.8 lakhs, what Krish and Ananya are able to save on a monthly basis is going to contribute towards growing this net worth. We know that both of them earn a certain amount in their respective jobs every month. First, they have to pay their taxes to the government, which is taken out of their earnings. So 9,500 goes towards paying taxes by Krish, and 9,600 is contributed towards his EPF account. So his first contribution happens from his gross salary even before he receives the money in his bank account. The government takes away their share of taxes, and as statutorily required, a certain amount is contributed towards his EPF account. From the 1 lakh rupees that he receives in his bank account, he contributes 60% or 60,000 towards their lifestyle expenses, and the balance 40,000 again, which is saved, goes to contribute or growing their net worth. If you look at Ananya's cash flows, they're similar, where 9,500 each month goes towards paying the government income taxes, 9,600 each month is contributed in the form of EPF, which goes and adds up to their net worth, and after contributing 60,000 towards their lifestyle expenses, balance 40,000 goes towards adding up to their net worth number. What we need to understand here is that many times we land up focusing just on that 9,500 number, which is how we can reduce the taxes that we pay to the government. Well, while that is an important number to look at, and we've seen how through various ways Krish and Ananya were able to reduce their taxes, but that is not the only thing that you need to do when you look at managing your expenses. That is one of the many things, and that is the first thing which you can look at, because that will immediately give a certain cash flow to your monthly amounts that are available for your savings. In addition to saving taxes, what becomes extremely important is what you're looking at in the center, which is protecting your lifestyle. You're enjoying a lifestyle today because of the fact that you're able to earn and contribute towards a lifestyle. So it is extremely important that you put aside some money to protect that lifestyle in the form of an emergency fund, having adequate health insurance, adequate term insurance, and adequate accident insurance. Now all of these are extremely important so that you're able to protect your today and you're able to protect your lifestyle and enjoy a happy lifestyle without worrying about any eventualities crashing your daily party. What you also see here is that each time you put aside a small amount of money, if you're able to save a small amount of money, if you're able to cut down on your expenses on a particular month, that directly contributes to increasing your net worth. If your savings are 40,000 each month and you're able to cut down on your personal spends in any particular month and increase that saving to 50,000 or 60,000, that will directly go towards contributing to increasing your net worth. And we've already seen that a higher net worth helps you dream bigger, dream better, and plan for larger than life goals that you always thought were only achievable, like the movies on the large screen. So you can see that this net worth of 47.82 lakhs that they have grows each month as they keep on increasing their savings, or it grows in proportion to the amount that Krish and Ananya are able to save each month. And this savings is in turn invested into various asset classes, and each asset class is going to grow on a year-on-year basis. A product like debt will grow at 7 to 8% every year, whereas a product like equities will grow at 15 to 16% each year. So the rate at which each of these asset classes grow is going to vary, and as these asset classes grow, apart from the savings that are contributing towards improving or increasing your net worth, the earnings of these investable assets or your investment assets are also contributing towards increasing your net worth. So if you are a person who is very aggressive with their investments, you will find your net worth growing at a very fast pace, obviously at the cost of taking higher amount of risk. Whereas if you are a conservative person, you will find your net worth grow at a slower pace because you would be investing in such asset classes. Again, there is nothing right or wrong about either of the paths. You choose the path based on what your risk profile is, based on how willing you are to take risk, based on your ability to take risk, which will determine how much you allocate towards a high risk, high return asset class and how much you allocate towards a low risk, low return asset class. As they save a certain amount of money each month, and as their existing savings grow, their net worth also would grow. The objective of net worth obviously is to meet the goals that they've set for themselves, and when the time is right, they decide to buy a house, and 47 lakhs worth of their net worth is consumed towards paying for the down payment of the house. 100 lakhs comes from the bank in the form of the loan, and you can see that their net worth changes drastically in terms of the fact that all their investment assets get consumed and get converted into their home, which is going to be occupying the major chunk of their net worth now. They have a small amount of money set aside in the form of an emergency fund, which is lying in a liquid fund. They decide not to touch their EPF investments, which they've allocated for their long-term goal of retirement, and rest of all the money along with the gift that they received from their parents, they've used to buy the house, which is now a personal asset. It is an asset which they can call their home, but it is not going to be generating any income for them in the future, and it goes below the line and becomes a part of your personal assets. What is important here is when you take a decision to utilize the money which makes up your net worth, if you use it for an asset like a home, you know that it is a home which will increase in value over a period of time. But when it is used for an asset like car, which depreciates in value over a period of time, you know exactly what kind of asset you're purchasing for yourself. Whereas if you use up your net worth for a goal like travel, which is going to actually result in that much money vanishing from the net worth tomorrow once you finish your travel, while there is nothing wrong in choosing any of the three options, it is something that you want to take a conscious decision that you've struggled a lot to achieve this net worth. So when you consume this value of net worth that you've built, you want to utilize it for something that will have a lasting impact on your finances. So we can see that while their net worth has changed drastically when they decide to purchase the house, but they continue to have their day-to-day jobs, they continue to have their day-to-day contributions. But what changes now is, from their earnings, their taxes go as before, their contribution towards the EPF goes as before, and from their total earnings of 2 lakh each month, they will spend towards the EMI, they will spend towards the lifestyle expenses, which have changed to 91,250, and what is left, which is a smaller amount of 28,750 plus the EPF savings, is what will go and contribute towards increasing their net worth from now. The 80,000 rupees that they pay each month towards the EMI of the house indirectly goes towards increasing their net worth, because the 80,000 each month that they pay has two components, that is repayment of interest on the loan and repayment of principal on the loan. That portion of the EMI, which is the repayment of the principal of the loan, indirectly reduces the value of the loan which is outstanding and results in a net increase in your equity in the property that you have bought, and overall increases your net worth. But again, this is contributing towards an increase in net worth by growing your personal asset, which is not going to contribute towards increasing your net worth in the future in the form of giving you earnings, whereas your other assets like a EPF account is going to contribute to increasing your net worth because of the interest earnings that you have from that asset on a year-on-year basis. The contribution that you will have from your home is the increase in the value of home over a long period of time. So you can see that Krish and Ananya have now settled down into a new cash flow, wherein a smaller amount is being contributed towards their savings, resulting in now their net worth growing at a slightly smaller pace, and a major chunk of their cash flows going towards the EMI, which is both paying the interest as well as the principal of the EMI. If Krish and Ananya were to earn any bonuses during the year, or if they were to receive any gifts from their family and relatives, these amounts again, if they are invested, they can go towards increasing the net worth at a much larger pace compared to just being dependent on the monthly savings. On a daily basis, the tussle is between spending money today to improve your lifestyle or saving that money for tomorrow so that you can grow your net worth and dream bigger for a better future tomorrow or for bigger goals tomorrow. Now, this is a tussle which has no easy answer, and each of you who are on a journey of your personal finances will have to take this decision based on what works best for you as an individual, or rather when you are a couple, what works best for you as a couple at a particular point in time. Once you understand this relationship between your earnings and how your savings go to contribute to your net worth, and that net worth which helps you achieve your goals in the future, you will be in a position, or I think you are now in a position, to make decisions which are financially right, which are efficient from a tax point of view, and which are right for both of you as a couple.